Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. Baz here with another episode for you, and in joining me we will together be taking a trip into the mind of yet another great philosopher. But there's more, because today we will attempt to uncover and unravel if, in fact, hallucinogens actually inspired this renowned philosopher and his groundbreaking philosophy. And here we arrive at none other than the life of Jean-Paul Sartre, who was undoubtedly one of the most influential philosophers of the 20th century, known for his existentialist ideas that still resonate with people today. His philosophy emphasizes individual freedom and responsibility, and his iconic concept of bad faith has become a cultural reference point. But have you ever wondered what inspired Sartre's radical ideas? Was it purely a product of his intellect, or was there something more at play? Philosophers have long been intrigued by the origins of Sartre's thought and how he came to develop such a unique and provocative worldview. One thing is certain, Sartre's ideas didn't emerge from a vacuum. He was a product of his time, influenced by the intellectual and cultural currents of his era. But what if I told you that Sartre's experiences with altered states of consciousness may have played a significant role in shaping his philosophy? Understanding the origins of Sartre's ideas is a challenging task, as he left behind few hints about his personal life and experiences. However, we do know that Sartre was fascinated by the human condition, and that he was willing to explore unconventional avenues to gain insights into the human experience. Could it be that his experiments with hallucinogens opened up new vistas of thought that he later incorporated into his philosophy? When we examine Sartre's work, we find that his ideas often revolve around the themes of freedom, responsibility, and the absurd. He believed that human beings are condemned to be free and that we must take responsibility for creating our own meaning in life. But how did he arrive at these conclusions? Was it through rigorous intellectual inquiry, or did he stumble upon these insights through other means? Sartre's concept of freedom is particularly interesting in this context. For him, freedom was not just a political or social concept, but an existential reality that we must confront every moment of our lives. This notion of freedom is eerily reminiscent of the feelings of liberation and transcendence that people often report during hallucinogenic experiences. Is it possible that Sartre's own experiences with hallucinogens influenced his understanding of human freedom? Historically, the use of hallucinogens was not uncommon during Sartre's lifetime. In the 1950s and 60s, many intellectuals and artists were experimenting with psychedelics, seeking to tap into the hidden recesses of the human mind. It's reasonable to assume that Sartre, being the curious and adventurous thinker that he was, may have been drawn to these substances as a way of expanding his consciousness. One fascinating anecdote that suggests a connection between Sartre's philosophy and hallucinogens is his friendship with the French writer and philosopher Michel Leiris. Leiris was known to have experimented with mescaline, a powerful hallucinogen, and wrote extensively about his experiences. It's likely that Sartre was influenced by Leiris's ideas, and that their conversations about altered states of consciousness may have shaped his own philosophical views. Another piece of evidence that points to Sartre's possible use of hallucinogens is his own writing on the subject of bad faith. In his book, Being and Nothingness, Sartre describes how people often engage in self-deception and denial to avoid the anxiety of freedom. This concept bears a striking resemblance to the insights that people often report during hallucinogenic experiences, where the boundaries between self and world are temporarily dissolved. Furthermore, Sartre's concept of the absurd, the idea that human existence is inherently meaningless and that we must create our own meaning, also resonates with the feelings of disorientation and confusion that people often experience during hallucinogenic episodes. Is it possible that Sartre's own experiences with hallucinogens gave him a glimpse into the abyss of the absurd, and that he later incorporated these insights into his philosophy? Hallucinogens may have played a significant role in shaping Sartre's philosophy, but what does this mean for our understanding of his ideas? If Sartre's experiences with altered states of consciousness influenced his thought, does that diminish the value of his philosophy? Or does it enrich our understanding of the complex interplay between consciousness and existential thought? As we delve deeper into the connection between hallucinogens and Sartre's philosophy, we're forced to confront the limits of our own understanding and the complexities of the human experience. So I want to hear from you. Do you think there's a connection between drug use and philosophy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to explore more about existentialism, check out our video on the absurdity of human existence. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.